All right, so here's what I wanted to do tonight. I knew a lot of people were going to be out tonight because there's a lot of school things going on for Christmas. And so I wanted to just to kind of make it light. And if you didn't know, I think about Gia all the time, thinking about how to promote it, how to talk about it, how to help us all grow our business constantly every day. I wake up thinking about it, and I have all kinds of ideas that come to my mind. And tonight what I want to do is talk about what Gia means to all of you. And I don't want to talk about it. I really want to find out from you. I was going to look at like a testimonial about what Gia means to you, but I want to do it in a way that's a little bit different. And here's why. Most of us, when we join the company, we come in through a product window or the doorway with the products, and we get really excited about the products, helping to safeguard people from electropollution, or helping people to have super hydration, or some aspect of the products, and we become excited from the results we get, and then we go out and tell people about the products. But Gia is so much more than just the products, and that's what I want to focus in on tonight. And so the question that I'm going to ask all of you tonight is, what does growth, inspiration, and abundance mean to you? Now, I know that people that are listening in tonight, we all have different viewpoints because some of us are brand new and we may not have experienced growth, inspiration, and abundance yet. And some of us, like me, are really old and we've been around a long time and we've had a chance to experience. We've been around long enough to build an organization to be able to experience all aspects of growth, inspiration, and abundance. And just to give you an example, for me, of course, I've had great results. I mean, I've been with a company from the very first day. I have an organization of people that spans 4 countries, and that's created volume, that's created an income for me. So when I look at the idea of growth, inspiration, and abundance, it's simple. It's being healthy. It's being inspired to do things to help other people. And of course, there's abundance, prosperity there. And I've experienced all of that. And some of us that are, well, I can remember when I was brand new, I didn't have all that. So I had to dream about what that was about. I had to think about what that would be like. So here's what I want to do tonight. I want to talk about what growth, inspiration, and abundance means to you, but I want you to think of it this way. Think of it that it's 3 years from tonight, and we're on a Monday Zoom call 3 years from now, and all of you, all 21 of you, are presidential directors. You've been using our products for a long time, and you've experienced good health. Your entire family is healthy. All the good things that come from the products. You've been inspired to have hope for the future, and you've helped a lot of other people do the same thing. And your income is at a place where you can make choices if you want to have a job or not. You have enough money coming in. And I want you to think about what your thoughts are about growth, inspiration, and abundance with that in mind. Does that make sense, Tracy? Kind of like, what would it be like? What would you think about? How would it affect you, your family, your life? What would you think about the concept of inspired wellness and growth, inspiration, and abundance? Anybody want to give me an idea of what you're thinking about, what that would mean to you? Tracy, let's go with you first.
Well, I haven't had a lot of time to think about it, but when I first think about the growth part of Gia, I mean, I'm kind of vain, and so I want to look younger, feel younger, and have more energy so that I can do everything that I want to with my grandbabies and with my kids, and we can travel and go and see all the places that we've always wanted to see, you know, around the world, and be able to do that. So the growth part of Gia just is all about, for me, just feeling younger and having the energy that I need to do, you know, just to do stuff. Because, you know,
Okay.
when you feel good, it just, that's what happens. And then with the inspiration, I just remember the first time that I heard Linda ever speak, and some of the dreams in my heart that had kind of gone by the wayside or just were laying dormant in my heart. And after I heard her speak and inspire us, it literally sparked something on the inside of me about what I wanted to do and be able to inspire and empower other people to live their best lives, just like, you know, she does. And so she sparked something inside me. And so that's the inspiration part of Gia for me. It's just being able to take that spark that she started in me and start those sparks in other people. And so that's what I want to see is hundreds of thousands of people around the world inspired to inspire other people.
So it's 3 years from now, so that's obviously already happened because you're at the top. And
well, I just think that it's a perpetual thing that's going to just keep on growing and growing and growing. And so I'm very excited about that. And then the abundance part for me is, well, basically getting to do what I'm doing right now. I mean, I got to stay home today and watch my 2-year-old grandson, and tomorrow I get Caroline, who's just turned 7 months old. And so having the abundance to be able to stay home and be there for them right now, because in 3 years they're going to be in school. Well, except for Caroline, I think she's fixing to be going into pre-K. So to me, these first few years with my grandbabies they're priceless. I can't even put a price on them, but the fact that I can stay home because of the abundance that Gia provides for us, I can't even tell you. I just get emotional about it, but just being able to do that and knowing that it's the relationships that we're building with people, and you just can't put prices on things like that. But because Gia offers such an amazing abundance plan for us so that we can create the abundance that we only dream about, that it actually is possible, that I'm going to be able to do things with my kids and my grandkids that, I could only have dreamed of doing, but we're actually going to be able to do that because of the abundance that Gia brings to us. So
very nice. Very cool. And you're experiencing a lot of that now. I mean, you've been around a while, and as senior director, you begin to experience this the moment you begin moving in the direction of your dreams. Really, it's not something that's out there; it's happening. And what I wanted to say also is that I put this out 3 years because that's what it's going to take. It's going to really take that for everybody to experience all of the growth, inspiration, and abundance of Gia. And it's like you said, it's perpetual, and it grows. But there becomes a point where at a certain point you start to realize, and Sue Johnson, I remember when you had this happen, and you just realize it's really starting to happen. But it's worth the work to get there. Who else wants to pretend like it's 3 years from now and tell us what you think about growth, inspiration, and abundance with all the success you've created? Anybody brave enough to do that?
I'd be happy to jump in, but Donald had his arm up after.
All right, Donald, let's go for it.
Well, I thought I knew what I was going to talk about, but then after I listened to Tracy, I thought, I wasn't really reaching big enough.
Well.
And my basic looking at things had to do more with myself than what a difference I was going to make in people. One of my long-term goals has been to develop myself as a leader so I'm able to contribute to people. Mm-hmm. And in fact, the mantra, the affirmation I'm saying to myself every day while I'm working on my feet is I'm earning over $10,000 a month through transforming people's lives. So that's the piece of that that would go on after that. And the personal part that I will share that I was thinking of saying, but is just personal, is that there's so many limits I've put on myself connected to a description or a thought about who I am, that I can't do something or I can't achieve or I'm not worthwhile or something. And I'd love to just blow that to smithereens, just see it explode, and that what's available for me is just having the opportunity and doing things easily instead of dealing with how come I can't.
Mm-hmm. So let me answer your question.
I'm kind of being honest. I'm not sounding perfect here.
Well, but I don't think anybody can sound perfect when I ask a tough question like this. So I'm not expecting perfection. I really just want to open your mind up and the things that you're saying. So it's 3 years from now, you're earning $5,000 to $10,000 a month. You've helped lots and lots of people. You're a leader with Gia. You're healthy and your family is healthy. So all the things you're talking about will come true when this happens. And that's the point of tonight, is that it really not have the limits on what can happen. I'm just going back to when I started and I had no limits on what could happen, and I have no limits now on what the future holds. And that's what I want everybody to start feeling now, because we're on that road. So I really appreciate you for sharing this. And 3 years from now, you'll have limitations still. I mean, there are still things that are going to be out there. You're never going to get rid of them. But you're working towards that, and so some of the things you're talking about are really, really good. And I can see you being that leader you're talking about also. Very good. Who's next? Who else? Come on. Y'all just, what am I can't read everything.
John, I'm happy to jump in, but I wanted to hold off and let some others in case we run out of time. So, I mean, who else would like to share with us?
Kenzie wrote something.
Kenzie's got a voice problem tonight, so I'll just read what she wrote. It says, keeping it short, my dream is to comfortably live on my ranch, helping people and animals to be super healthy. And she says, sorry, I don't have a voice. So that's, Kenzie and I talked about this today and had a little one-sided conversation about it. And it's enjoyable to have a one-sided conversation with Kenzie. I know she's laughing now. She wishes she was on with us now. She'd give it to me. All right, who's next? Come on now. Doc,
how about I'll try. This is Rosemary.
Hi, how are you?
I'm kind of one of the newer ones. And I have to admit, when you said that, I thought, I didn't have any vision in just a few months ago. I mean, because it's been such a short time since I came in. And I just, the thought of where I could be in 3 years is awesome. The money would be awesome. But the other thought is that, especially the first level people that have come in with me, the fact that they trusted me enough to believe in the dream I was expressing, and that's going to change their lives and everyone they touch also. And to me, that's the driving force and the most empowering part to me.
Mm-hmm. So let's say it's 3 years from now and you have built an organization, and those people who join you are now leaders who are creating the income and the lifestyle that they want to create. I guess the question is, if somebody says, what does growth, inspiration, and abundance mean to you? How would you describe that? What it means to you?
Wow.
Yeah, it's a tough question.
He keeps throwing the toughies out there.
I know, it is hard, but I think it's hard, but once you get it, once you really understand why I'm doing this, I think it'll be helpful as we move forward. And I noticed you have Dream in the background, and I've watched the things that you're posting on Facebook, and I really appreciate all those. You are inspiration to other people. And keep doing what you're doing, and what I'm talking about tonight will happen probably much faster than what we're describing tonight. So just keep that vision going. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Hi, Doc White. I'm not going to let you off the hook. I'll unmute you. There you go. Oh, we still can't hear you.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, it's coming in.
I came on basically.
You're breaking up, buddy. Still breaking up. Something's wrong with your microphone.
I have 2 iPads.
Yeah. We'll come back to you.
I get a microphone or something.
All right. All right. Who else? Those of you on the phone, I think you can *5 or *6. I'm not sure which. Does anybody know which one it is to unmute? Hey, Bilby.
6.
Hey, John, I'll go.
Okay, Bilby, let's do it.
So just a couple months ago or so, I wrote an affirmation that starts, my awareness, understanding, and knowledge of the all-providing activity of the divine mind within me is my supply. My consciousness of this truth is unlimited, therefore my supply is unlimited. Abundance through my dedication to helping others find me so that I might help them through Gia is unlimited. Gia is for me right now abundance producing, flowing towards me at great speed with perfect momentum to achieve and maintain higher ranks. And so it is. And I see myself with everybody on the Gia cruise, having a blast after we've helped thousands of people around the world. And we are having more and more different product solutions for people with the 5G rollout. And we just continue to inspire, educate, and help people through doing different events. And I'm heavily involved with helping with my foundation to help abused and neglected children. I've done sort of something like this in the church that I used to be a marketing communications person at, and it was called Future Pull.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you pull yourself into the future. So that's what I kind of, your idea reminded me of. So
Okay, great.
that's just some of the things.
Well, I have a question for you. It sounded like most of what you talked about had to do with the products, good health, and inspiration. What I want to know also is you're earning $10,000 a month 3 years from now. Tell me how that impacts your life.
Well, one of the biggest impacts for me is that I'm able to do and go wherever I want, whenever I want to do it. Because right now I'm very limited on that. And like if a friend or family member wants me to be somewhere, I could just, if I'm making that much money a month, I could just hop on a plane. I could be there for them whenever and however I want to be and show up. So that's one of my main things
Okay,
I
good.
would like to do.
Good. I want to make sure we get that part out there because the abundance part is an important piece of inspired wellness. It's an important piece of growth, inspiration, and abundance, and the balance that we can create. If we're just focused on two pieces of the puzzle, we're leaving this last one out, and I think that's what a lot of us do. We leave this abundance idea out. And if you're leaving it out, you're not promoting inspired wellness. You're not really promoting the inspired wellness home, the 360-degree approach to wellness. And at the same time, by not doing it, you're not attracting people to you who would be interested in doing that, who would be interested in learning how they can create abundance in their life. And I'm going to come back to tell you why that's important. Sue Johnson, I know you have a couple things.
Let's start with show me the money. What can I say, John? In order for that to happen 3 years from now, I'm not going to be making $10,000 a month. It'll be more like 20 or 30, my friend. And in order to make that happen, we need to reach down and help so many people through the inspiration, as Tracy said, that perpetual, the word ignite comes to me, ignites in me the joy. I'm thinking back and forth, and what keeps coming to my mind, I keep seeing Jenna on the screen, when she took that photo and went for that ride in that Lamborghini, baby. I mean, that was so exciting, and I've got chills and sweats just thinking about it. Moments like that are never ending, and in 3 years from now, I could take an hour going through moments like that, the things that have happened. Tracy in the airplane, that picture with her and her husband. I mean, the joy that this brings me, and that's a bit selfish, I suppose, but seeing all those things happen is amazing, and that's just changing lives that way. And when we touch those lives and reach down and make those differences, we're rewarded greatly for it. I mean, I love the abundance plan that we have. Where do I see me in 3 years? Bilby, I'm on your page, my friend. Travel, travel, travel. Those that don't know me, I love to be in my van driving, and come on January, I hit the road and I go where the wind in my heart takes me. Do I want to worry about putting gas in my tank? Do I want to worry if I want to sleep in a hotel instead of the back of my van that night? Absolutely not. And I get out there and I'm sharing the Gia Joy on the road, and with the abundance, it is allowing me to do so. So I get out there, talk to more people, can't wait to come around. I'm looking at all these places I'm going to be stopping. Hello, hello. So just a heads up, if you wake up in the morning and there is a black van on your driveway, it's me. Don't panic. The products, I mean, the Gia itself, I mean, we're Gia trimming right now, and so far so good these last few days on shakes. It's been wonderful. I feel healthier. I feel happier, more energized. My skin looks amazing, which you can all see. etc. And, so this is just one heck of a great package, John. But I like the reverse engineering like you, show me the money and how do we make that happen by touching more lives.
All right, good.
Make sense?
That sounds great. Doc, are you back, you think?
Let's try.
Yeah, it works.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, good. I've always known that you had to have something, some way to leverage yourself, or otherwise you were just stuck in a rut. And hands-on was what I was with chiropractic, and did real well. But I really learned the lesson about leveraging when I developed a tick bite infection that put me down, basically close to a deathbed. I couldn't even grip a pencil at that time. Well, you can understand I'm not very ready to do chiropractic if I can't even grip a pencil. And so I was out of business. And that and a few little decisions financially that we'd made, we really were down to Zippo again, after all these years of earning nice money and stuff like that. And so that brought the lesson that you need to really have something to leverage yourself with. So it's not all dependent on you. And I had been looking for years, and even before I had trouble with this tick thing. And then I survived without GIA because I didn't know of it back then. But it took me a few years of being on GIA to start getting some strength back, get some energy back, So I said to myself, in order to be a leader, you got to be able to lead. You got to be able to have some energy. You got to be able to do something that shows that you're busy. And so I was working on me, for several years to get me back to where I could function. And I looked good on the surface, basically, but I had no endurance. I would have to go hide and recover after doing a little bit. So it's been this last year that I've noticed finally I'm starting to get back to the old guy that's got some energy. And I always wanted to leverage that for the income. I could see where that was going to go. I could see with what we had to offer with GIA that it was an unlimited potential because of the fact that the need grows every minute of what we have to do. So in 3 years, yes, I can see me pretty well back to where I needed to be health-wise, which gives us some energy to do what we'd like to do, which is travel, see the world, do a bunch of things like that. Take the grandkids and the great-grandkids with us because we can afford it. And they can go with the Disney World theme, and stuff like that. And so with 3 years, yes, we're going to be whopper big guys by then. Taking care of some serious business, helping people. That's what it's all about, sharing and helping people. So
Doc,
looking good, John.
3 years from now, you're looking good, you're healthy, and you're abundant. You have $5,000, $10,000 coming in every single month, no matter what you do. And that's what we're talking about, freedom from leverage. So that means Anita comes home from what she's doing now. You probably won't be doing chiropractic, maybe for fun. There's Anita on the side there. That's funny. And so all of those things are possible 3 years from now. But I'm putting out 3 years, but I'll tell you it's going to be faster than that. It's going to be faster, but I wanted to be realistic tonight about that. So I know we're getting, Jenna, do you want to share anything? Okay. You're unmuted. Hi.
Everybody. So I'm gonna just kind of skip to the part where I feel better in 3 years. Obviously I love the products. I love helping people and all that kind of stuff, but where I could see myself in 3 years, if all plans follow through, is that I just live stress-free, which would be absolutely awesome. I'm just getting over a back injury. I hurt my back pretty bad about a month ago. And for some of you who don't know, so in Canada, we don't have benefits. We don't have much of anything. So if I take time off work, my bank also takes time off of putting money into my account, which is not very fun. So now I'm kind of living scared. If I hurt my back again, then I have to take more time off work. So in 3 years, a couple thousand coming into my account without worry, that would really, really benefit me. I would get rid of massage therapy. As much as I love it, I would get rid of it. And I would not be sitting here with very sore hands tonight. And on top of that, my spouse would not be at my favorite place on earth, our property, hunting, while I'm here in the freezing cold Sudbury because I have to go to work in the morning. So life would change dramatically for me because I would be living where I want to be living instead of, I do love my house here, but I'd rather be on the island. So if that is what this cards, let it.
Okay, good. You know, it's funny, as I was putting this together, and Jen, I think about you a lot, and I don't know why, but I just have, you have that inside of you, that desire to do something that can free you up, to have the lifestyle that most people dream of. I really, for some reason, I connect with you on that. And the reason why I wanted to do this tonight is because here's the deal. I find that people join us because they come in through the product doorway, or maybe a little bit of the product and inspiration part of it. And then because of who they were working with, they never maybe found out about the ANGIA or that whole idea about growth, inspiration, and abundance. It's mostly about protecting people from this electropollution more than anything else. And what happens is they end up selling products, and they have product users. And that's a good thing. I mean, that's a good thing for building the business. But really, if we want to do the things that we're talking about tonight, we are going to have to attract other people who also have a desire to have some of the things that we've talked about. Now, I just have to ask those of you on the screen and those of you listening in, do you think there's anybody else out there who would like to have the lifestyle that most of us described tonight? Well, let me just tell you this. Every single person out there, I don't care how great their life is, everybody wants to be, they want increase in their life. Nobody wants to stay where they're at. They always want to move forward. And the truth is that we are going to have to make the decision that this is what we want. That the lifestyle that we talked about today, you have to begin to have the desire today. And it's almost like you have to have the belief that you're already experiencing it now. What Doc just described to me about Anita coming home and the kids and all the things, Doc has to have that in himself now. The abundance that is coming to him, the belief in that has to be there now, so that when he talks to other people, it just automatically comes out. It's not even like you have to talk about it. People just know. And I'm sure you've all met people where you just know that they're going somewhere. You don't know the whole story, you just know that they have a dream, or they have a way, or they have something about them. And that's what it's going to take for us, because if we're just selling the products, we're going to end up with a lot of product users, but no builders. And so the way you've described growth, inspiration, and abundance, or how you'll do this as you think about this, this is what we need to describe to other people. The lifestyle, the possibilities. Inspiration to me is hope for the future. So I'm going to end this tonight with a job description that I wrote for me, and hopefully all of you. And I did it really, really quick, so it may not sound perfect, and I don't really care, because I think you'll get what I'm trying to say. And here's what I wrote. Job description for a Gia Wellness leader. And by the way, you're going to have to be a Gia Wellness leader to be able 5 years or 3 years from now to have the freedom. So let's just call ourselves leaders now. Our job as leaders is twofold. First, it's to live an exemplary life filled with good health connected to Gia products and technologies. It's to be uncommonly inspired by the possibility of the future for ourselves and for others. And it's to be, and I wrote this word, it may not fit, but it's to be massive, it's to be a massive example of abundance that's the result of our association with Gia. Next, it's all about helping others reach for and continue on a path toward achieving inspired wellness. That's really it. What I'm saying is it's our job to live what we described today, but not 3 years from now, to begin to live it now. To live a life filled with good health, to be inspired, to have hope for the future, and to begin to enjoy the abundance that's coming to you right now. I know all of you are getting checks in the mail from the work that you're doing. And it may not be as big as you want it to be, but be grateful for the abundance and help to share that idea with the people you're talking to. Be it, and you will attract more of it to you. You will attract people to you. When I wrote this job description, and all it says to me is all I have to do is be it, and then help other people become it. I mean, who could have a better job than that? Do you all agree with that? I mean, it's so darn simple and so much fun. So that's what I wanted to do tonight, is really focus in on where we're going beyond the products, beyond being inspired, but really focus in on that growth, inspiration, and abundance. Feel it, and then help other people to join us and know that that's possible. Expand. Any thoughts or ideas before we go tonight? Doc?
Okay.
When you and I started this whole relationship and this time together, one of the most important things you did was have to fill out the 20 top things I wanted to get out of this. And in the process of doing that, I blew open considerations I had about my life. And that was one of the first times that I did it from as solid a level. I had given up on having the life I really wanted of my dreams. So I'm always very grateful to you for having done that little thing. And I think it's one of the most important things I can do for anybody in my group.
I appreciate that, Donald, and I think you're right. It's a combination of you opening up to what you want to accomplish, and that's what I'm talking. That's my description here. It's you living it. It's you opening the doors and taking everything away and starting to live this. When you do that and you see that your job is to help other people do it, I don't know, to me, it just fires me up I can't wait to talk to the next person because I know what my job is. It's not to sell them on protection for their phone. It's not to have them be hydrated. It's to help them to join me in this company so that they can experience what we call inspired wellness. It may start with CellGuard. It may start with the iWater system, but I know my job. And so today, picking up the phone, I couldn't wait for the next call. I couldn't wait for tonight to talk to you guys because that's my job. That's it. I don't know. I get overexcited about it. Sorry. Who else? Anybody? Thanks a lot, Donald. All right, that's it for tonight. Go out and find someone you can help to experience inspired wellness. Start living those dreams today. Don't wait for 3 years. And let's go. It's a great time to be a part of Geo Wellness for sure. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks, Coach.
Bye.